Self-discipline is something that we all try to do in some way. We try to get better at it anyway. It's kind of the first step that you take in becoming more productive in life itself, and it's kind of the first true step in doing so. In today's video, I plan to talk about 5 things that have either helped me really in terms of just getting more productive, or just general tips in how honestly it isn't all amazingness when you become as productive as you possibly can be, or at least get into the mindset of being productive. But before this video does begin, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, just help it grow everything like and help other people see this type of content, then that'd be great. Thank you. The first main thing that you need to do in terms of becoming more productive and learning self-discipline itself is to remove everything external that could basically stop you from doing what you're trying to do. One of the things, for example, for myself, for making these videos, I have to basically plan it out a decent amount and actually organize my days and that sort of thing around making the content, as a lot of this does take up a mass amount of my time. So if I'm doing anything that isn't this, it ends up hurting and making video content harder to make, or at least elongating it more. In terms of this content, for example, if I'm making these videos, I have to basically say no to other things. For example, if someone asks to go out or do something, and honestly I don't want to do it half the time, but if I do want to do it but I need to hit a deadline, then I will just say, you know what, no, I'm just gonna get on and do this instead of doing anything else. It basically just allows you to be a bit more disciplined on what you're doing in your life. Obviously, you need to have fun from time to time, but it doesn't mean that pretty much everything needs to be fun in life. You do need to get on and actually get stuff done. So really, the first step of self-discipline is analysing what is within your control and what is out of your control, and controlling what you can control to the best of your ability. Now, next is identifying your goals. Obviously, these are all things that kind of fall under productivity itself, but in terms of self-discipline, goals give you something to actually strive for and aim for, or at least give you a roadmap to follow to try and get somewhere. With that, you'll then be able to actually discipline yourself in getting what you want done, but you can't really start disciplining yourself unless you actually have a goal or something in mind that you're trying to achieve to actually become disciplined for. The next one is to start small. This is something that I fail with quite a lot, which is basically overextending yourself and not giving yourself actually enough time, or at least enough of an idea of what you're capable of doing at that certain moment. For example, if let's say I'm making these videos, I've got to a point now where I roughly know how long it takes me to do scripting, writing, everything like that, then editing and recording. So I now know, okay, give myself this amount of time. But when I started with it, I used to be thinking, oh yeah, I'd be able to get a script done for the critique videos within basically the space of maybe 2 days or so. Probably could if I was really focusing in on only doing that, but I know what my actual concentration levels are at this point, and I know for a fact that I'm not going to script an entire critique within 2 days. It'll probably be something that takes me multiple different sittings throughout, let's say, a whole week or 2 weeks. So really, it is the case of start small. Do not let yourself become a tyrant over your own life. Actually allow yourself to have fun as well. Do not overextend yourself in different areas as well. Really, the next one, again, this is all kind of productivity related. And I know this video should be kind of titled Top 5 Things to Become More Productive, but that's going to be a later video. But in terms of this video itself, in terms of self-discipline, this next one is pretty much just do it instead of actually waiting for it to happen. Primarily, the reason for this is, for example, these videos, I've done multiple attempts of starting channels in the past, everything like that. This is the first one where I've actually been consistent enough and actually doing something to be consistent. And in terms of the ability to do so, you'll always end up being there like, oh, I'll just wait until it's this and this, or wait until this niche becomes available, or there's less people within this, or for example, let's say investing, you'll wait until there's a dip, you'll wait until there's a crash, all these sorts of things, and then 2 years go by, 3 years go by, and you've done nothing that you actually set out to do because you're waiting for something that honestly could take years or could just never happen. So really, it is just start doing it, and then things like self-discipline and disciplining yourself to get good at that thing that you're starting is going to follow, but you need to really focus in on it. And then lastly, don't expect these things to kind of change overnight. In terms of discipline itself is something that is really hard to do for almost everyone, and it's why pretty much we fall into the trap of things like sitting there watching Netflix for a whole day, or sitting there eating just awful food, that sort of thing, is because it's so easy to grab. It's basically the case of, oh well, you just need to discipline yourself a little bit more and stop yourself from attempting to go get it. So really, it is the case of you need to realize that, for example, for myself, I'm almost 20 at this point, I'm 19 currently, but I've got 19 years worth of habits and just different idiosyncrasies in me that basically make up who I am. And it's the case of, well, it's very hard to get that stuff out of you, and to ingrain new things, it will take time, and you need to expect that to actually take time. Self-discipline will not just happen by watching 1 video, 2 videos, or 100 videos. It does take practice itself, and that's pretty much the key to almost anything, really, is that time is the answer to it. It's not actually just watching something and believing you're going to get good at it. It's one of the traps, really, for the self-development sort of content on YouTube, is you can watch it, feel really motivated, or feel like you're doing something because you're watching the content, but really you're not actually doing anything. You need to actively find and pursue what you're trying to fix in your life. With all that being said, I know this video was kind of like weirdly just, I don't know, that I think in the script when I was originally writing it, I did definitely intend this to be more self-discipline based, and then it kind of led on to productivity itself. So you never know, it could be a discipline video, or this could be a video about productivity. It's going to be self-discipline no matter what, and I'm going to make a productivity video at some point in the future. But yeah, if this video was okay and you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and do subscribe to see more content like this in the future. I have got a lot more videos that are available if you wanted to watch them as well. I upload gaming content every single Friday, and I also upload whatever I want on Wednesdays. I upload 1 main style critique video every single month. So far this month it will be, the most recent one that you would have seen is going to be Assassin's Creed Unity, so if that is something that interests you, go make sure to check that out, as it has taken me a long time to make. So yeah, with that all being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.